Gypsy Man. It's been a while since I made a video, but here we go. And we're going to talk about probably one of my favorite EDCs to carry. Not necessarily one of my favorite EDCs to shoot, but as far as like being the perfect size, the perfect weight, and a little bit of capacity, the Glock 26 is still alive and well, right? They discontinued the Gen 4 and they've continued to make the Gen 5 Glock 26. They're not going to get rid of the Glock 26. Right now in my area, it is you almost can't find this gun. I mean, a friend of mine asked me to make this video to talk a little bit about the Glock 26, and I'm gonna give you a few pros about the gun, and I'll give you maybe one con, because I can only think of one that I can give you. And I'm gonna teach you a little trick that some of you may or may not know. So the Glock 26 Gen 5, I mean, as far as people with these rumors talking about that it is snappy, the Glock 26 is surprisingly one of the best shooters that I have. And I believe it's because of the size of the frame and where my large hands meet on the frame. So if you look at my grip on this Glock 26, my thumb is almost at the barrel. It may be behind, a few millimeters. And everybody should know this, but the further you can get that thumb on that support hand to the front of that barrel, the more support you're going to have for controlling that recoil. And that is key of keeping this gun steady. You will need, and this is the only con I'm going to give you, when you buy the gun, it comes with a flush fit mag. And I haven't shot this gun like this, because as soon as I buy the gun, I put the extenders on there. I don't shoot with this extender. The extender that I put on mine is a +2. This is just one of my extra mags. So I prefer the +2 so I can get 13 rounds into this little gun, which is plenty. The other trick I'm going to give you is you're going to feel tempted to go buy a holster for this gun. If you already have appendix carry or any other, if you want to carry a 3 o'clock for your 19, the holster for the 19 is the trick. That's the cheat code. Because this gun is so small, if you ordered a holster for this, it will be significantly smaller than this. I say at least an inch, and maybe a little bit, maybe 1/8. I'm not sure, but it's going to be smaller than this. The trick is counter levers, right? You want to have leverage against this gun so that it won't print. Believe it or not, it's possible for this gun to print if you don't have your holster set up right. So if you get a 19 holster, it's longer, so it's going to go down into your garment a little further, which is going to keep the gun pressed against your body. If you get the smaller holster, and yes, I made the mistake, so you won't have to make the mistake of buying the Glock 26 holster. Wasted my money because you don't need it. Just use your 19 holster. Do not buy another and smaller holster for this gun. Just use your 19. All right, 19 holsters. This is a very good shooter. I don't get any recoil when I shoot this gun. Maybe because of the size of my hands. Maybe it's because I use an extension, which I will tell you right now, my recommendation is for you to get the extension before you even pick up the gun. Just get the extension because it's going to feel a lot better in hand, and you're just going to be able to control the gun that much better. What also makes this better in comparison to buying a Glock 43X is that you can put the back straps on there. The large, the small, and the medium back strap. I use a large back strap, and I like that. The other advantage is that you can use larger magazines in this gun, so they're interchangeable with your other versions, like your 19s and your 47s and 17s and your 34s and things like that, which is a 17 mag. So that's another pro for this gun. And then you can start adding your extended controls if you're one that needs those. And what I did on mine was I've added the Glock Performance shoe on here, just a shoe. This is one of the guns that I took the Glock Performance trigger out because this is one of my main EDCs, especially in this hot weather. But I like the way that the OEM flat shoe feels that comes with the Glock Performance trigger. So I put it on this gun. And that was only for my comfort. That's the only reason I put it on there. Everything else on this gun is stock. I haven't changed no springs. I haven't changed the barrel. You don't have to do anything to this gun. This gun is legit. It's going to be reliable. I haven't had any malfunctions with this gun. Not even a misfire, not even nothing. No double feeds or anything. The spring is it's sprung. The weight is pretty solid. I think it's because of the short spring that's inside of it. I'm not sure about the weight that's in this gun for the spring, the recoil spring, but it's pretty taut. So your hand, I've had it happen to me a few times. It could hurt a little bit if you don't get your technique down with racking this slide and working this spring. But it loosens up a tiny bit, enough for you to be able to use the front, which is what I do, to rack the slide. But the Glock 26, I love this gun. I really love this gun. My other EDC is the Glock 45, and I love that gun too. But to carry, you can forget about this gun if it's on your person. Like, you can forget that you're even wearing it because it's lighter, and it's just comfortable. For me, for my body type, it's not gonna be for everybody, but you know, it has a name behind it, so you know it's gonna work. It eats up all the rounds. Whatever you put in it, whatever manufacturer is going to eat it up like a Glock does. And I just changed the sights on it. No need to buy the MOS version. This gun is so small. This is a point and shoot for me. This is not. I'm going to look for the dot to defend myself. I'm going to point this gun. I train like this with this gun, and I know that I'm gonna hit what's in front of me at least out the 10 yards, then I'll have to use my sights and be mindful of my sights. But anything within that, I've trained myself to be very proficient in this gun. But just a short little video about the Glock 26. Hard to find. If you find it, just pick it up. There's a reason why Glock kept this gun in the Gen 5 version. And it's just definitely something you want to have in your collection. I'll put this gun against any of the manufacturer's gun in this size range. So just wanted to talk about that. A couple tricks. Remember, get the 19 holster. You'll be fine. You probably already have it. So, Gypsy Man, and I'm out.